goes by so fast, and every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. The most of this night, come on baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. 3rd generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance, and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best setting. That's why I use AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors.
Alright guys, welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series powered by JBL Quantum Gaming headsets and AMD. We're back for the second series of today between TSF Gaming and Team Villainous for the last set of the lower bracket semifinals. So going into this game, let's have a quick look at the maps before we join Rex Streams and analyzing exactly what we have in place. But Ascent Bind Split, what do you feel about that?
So the first map is TSF Gaming's pick, where we will be heading over to Ascent. Next up, we will see Bind, which is Villainous' pick, and we ended the day with TSF picking Split as the third map. Really interesting for me that TSF go in for the first map as Ascent instead of going in for Split. We saw them pull out a good performance coming out on Split, so I expected that to be the first pick coming out for them in this map. They did play Ascent in their previous series against Training Wheels Protocol, if I remember correctly, and they won that one too. So yeah, I do understand why they would pick Ascent, and it could also be like a more targeted pick because they know exactly what Team Villainous did on Ascent against Atmosphere. So I can understand why they would like to go to Ascent. Talking about the second map, that's going to be on Bind. That's Villainous' pick. Not surprising at all because they played a great Bind coming up against Team Atmosphere in their previous series. So it was really interesting to see how they used those teleporters. They threw out those fakes, kept Atmosphere guessing for what was happening, and beat them with a 13-8 scoreline. It was kind of a dominant performance, even though the scoreline shows like, okay, yeah, it wasn't that close, but it did look like a really one-sided show coming into that map. So I understand the Bind pick. Talking about Split, no surprises as to why TSF Gaming would love that pick, because we saw how they used the breach to clear out the corners and how they used it effectively. Let's not waste any time and head right into the map Ascent. Team Villainous will be defending this map while we see the TSF Gaming attacking. Talking about the picks, no changes for them coming out from this composition. We've seen them run this composition on the side of Team Villainous multiple times. No surprises coming for TSF Gaming as well, as we see slots on the Reyna, something we see him doing on this map, and Friction, of course, on the Sage. That's something common. So nothing too surprising coming here in terms of picks. We are seeing this mid day coming in from the attackers, those slots taking up control towards the generators already. The Sova drone comes out, will reveal that slots is pushed up over here, baiting out the rotation from Gorang to come and help Sova towards the city position. He does go back to A shots that, there comes the jump peak. There we see an aggressive push coming in from the Sage, who does get tagged up to extremely low, to 50 HP, will fall right back. Veerbhadra though, he is lurking inside the B-Win position, still trying to see what he can do. I like this hold coming in from Team Villainous, because they are fine with giving up map control like towards the CT positions. Like we see how passively they're playing, extremely passive gameplay, not something we see coming out. A complete switch of something we saw early in the earlier games from RAD Syndicate, who have that aggressive playstyle. Slots trying to see if he can get a kill here. Cruiser falls right back to be able to jump peek that angle. Sam in the meantime has made his way across towards the A-shot position. Slots in the meantime picks up Jaguar, spots one more member, heals up there, and will take the gunfight again. Does manage to land some shots. There comes the Sage wall. The door will be broken down to allow them to push into the beast. But look at this flank coming in from Samir Kunji. The Omen, he's going to be able to be so clutch in this round. That's going to totally split what the defenders are going to do, because they first have to tackle him. The Omen, he doesn't care, he's just going to fall right back as he knows that the team can get the spike down. 10 seconds though, Bullseye has made a brilliant play over here, trying to buy as much time as he can do. Spike carrier kill, 5 seconds on the clock. The spike will not be able to go down due to the time constraints. They are pushing the spike, remember the spike carrier has been killed. Villainous are able to pull back the round just because of the time.
This round has started really slow for both teams, ending up extremely chaotic. Well done by the side of Team Villainous to sort of clutch through that round, not let the spike get planted. Just delay as much as possible, basically, to get that win for themselves. Like, you see 10 seconds down, there's 5v4, but in the last 8 seconds or so, like, you see multiple members going down, Veerabhadra, Slots both getting a kill for themselves. But Rex, absolutely clutch, was able to get the last 2 kills. Stops the spike from going down, gives Team Villainous the lead, and now eco round, as you can see, for TSF Gaming. Spectres in for Team Villainous. Jaguar gets the opening kill onto Veerabhadra. Now, this is an eco round, as we mentioned, for TSF Gaming, so we're not really expecting them to be able to win this round. Having said that, they would be looking for as many picks as possible. TSF Gaming on the attack, trying to get as much done as they can. They have to have the Reyna, who is able to sort of pop off if she gets a kill or two, so they'll be looking towards Slots to do something. Now, Samirakunji moving alone with the spike down mid, not the greatest of decisions right there, because he goes down and now the spike is dropped. Cruiser Guard will throw out the shock dart, trying to get it onto the stage on the other side. Cruiser Guard gets Slots, now going for friction. Instead, Jaguar cleans him up, right up. Flawless round for Team Villainous, taking the 2-0 lead going into the buy round. And a bit of sort of miscoordination coming in from TSF Gaming. They really need to clean that up going into round 3, which is the buy round, which is going to be really important for them.
Yep, definitely. Cruiser, though, unfortunately, with the shock darts, not able to connect the kill because the Sage heals up there. It would have been really cool to see him get a kill with a shock dart. We're stepping in the first buy round. Team Villainous will, I don't think they will be upgrading any weaponry. Oh, okay, Bullseye does choose to go in for the Phantom, the lone Phantom with 4 Spectres. So this does look like a round that, we can see TSF Gaming pick up. Jaguar, though, in the meantime, he's pushed up over here on the back of these Brimstone smokes. Slots still looking towards this mid angle. The Gorang has pushed in, will take down Slots though. Does get one weapon rewarded for him. Jaguar in the meantime picks one, gets traded, but Sam though on the Omen, he's gonna get 2 kills for his trouble. 3v3 situation is what we're back in. Just to say that Gorang though, he gets another one. Make that a 3v2 situation. Team Villainous are in driver's seat for right now. Sam though, he's looking exactly where Gorang is towards this mid-legs angle, and he has a spike on his back. There is no one towards the A side. They've left the A side completely open to be played over the tripwires. They can play around those. That's as it gives them information. And this aggressive A-shot camera. Sam, in the meantime, does get swallowed by Rex. Rex got him looking the wrong way, but that's going to let him get the spike down too. 3k for him already in this round. There's one player who's going in for the flank. That's going to be Gorang from this, deep T-spawn flank, but it is a long way away. The HP on the side of TSF Gaming not the best, given that everyone on with Team Villainous, Cruiser and Gorang are at their full HP. Cruiser should be waiting to get his recon back before he aggresses and goes in for the play. The spike is planted in an open position. That makes that that could be an aim in the player in vain. Gorang though has the right idea that could be someone towards the spike position. Is going to exactly check that as of right now, and he's going to get the kill, and Cruiser will get one for himself as well. Gorang sticking the defuse to be able to get his ultimate into the next round.
A huge plays coming out from Cruiser and Gorang to clutch out that 2v2. Put Team Villainous 3-0 going into the next round. As you noted, like only one member of Team Villainous actually upgraded his weapon towards Bullseye in that round. So 4 members winning the round with just Spectres against their opposition having Phantoms and Vandals is going to be absolutely humongous in terms of economy. Now, you can see that right here, TSF Gaming going for the Eco 3 members on the Sheriffs, 1 on the Ghost. But Gaurang Cruiser got 6 kills, 4 kills each. Gaurang 6-0 with his ultimate ready, absolutely huge. Now, that push with the smokes from Brimstone was really, really nice to see. Now, Bullseye uses the boombot, finds Slots. Jaguar finds Veerabhadra, and Bullseye finds another. But Friction answers back to with just the Sheriff. Is going to be Sam is going to be able to pick up a gun for himself right here. He has the Vandal. It is 2v3 in the favor of Team Villainous, and the one side entry from mid is blocked. Will they go for the rotate or try to find their way into the B side? They elect to go for the rotate right here, but the other side is completely bogged down with the Cypher utility.
Shadows traveling.
Team Villainous have a decent advantage right here, but with 55 seconds left, anything can happen. Nobody actually watching A entry, so if they do manage to get through that without the Cypher camera activating, they will be able to pull off the site control. The ultimate is ready for Samira Kunji, so he could always just teleport onto site, but not choosing to do that as they just walk slowly but surely towards A site. Now, they do take down the camera, which will give away information about them being on A site right here. You see Cruzagot just waiting, slowly throws out the recon bolt, spot out any sort of push. He'll get destroyed, but spots out Samirakunji before he gets destroyed. Spots out both of them, takes him down real low and gets the kill. Rex, Cruzagot both getting a kill each for themselves will make it 4-0 in the favor of Team Villainous. Now, we saw an insane comeback earlier today from 9-3, but I don't think insane comebacks necessarily grow on trees. So TSF Gaming do have to pull something back right here, right now in this buy round. Otherwise, it's going to look really dire for them.
Yeah, I do like how they switched up this playstyle, given the fact that, especially in the first Baron, given the fact that they just have Spectres, and we know that Spectres, like, you know, excel at that close range duel. So they smoked off those three, they used those three brimstone smokes, take control of mid, and with that, they can just take the fight to them. Gorong, the guess the pick off onto slots towards the Link's position. Slots over aggressing, I guess. Gets picked off. Friction in the meantime trades right back, does get the revive, and that's exactly what's gonna happen right now, as Slots will be revived at any time. Just waiting the book god to go. Cruiser in the meantime aggressives over here without any reason. Jaguar does have his revive as well. We'll see a double revive coming in. Jaguar going in for the shot, misses it. Friction with 3, Friction with 4. Leave that just to Team Villainous with 2 members remaining. Rex, who's holding towards his guarded position. Lone man standing, gets one, and he's in a 1v4 situation. Doesn't have much utility to. He has the tripwires towards the A side and the camera that's not going to be available to him right now. Does pick up those tripwires to be able to help him retake. It looks like he will be going in for save of sorts, because he's not looking to, you know, get the spike out of attempt for the spike, which has been now been planted towards the B side. I am pretty sure they have the economy build up over the next due to those 4 win rounds that they will be able to fancy themselves by. Sam finishes it off with 1 kill for himself.
For sure, Team Villainous will definitely be able to afford, very likely be able to afford to buy going next round. But Friction absolutely popping off, gets 1, then goes for the revive, gets another, and gets his 4th right there. But to be perfectly honest, Rex is the true villain in Team Villainous, denies him the ace. Poor Friction. But great round for TSF Gaming overall. It's absolutely important round, given the fact that if they had lost that round, going down 5-0 with that big of an economy disadvantage essentially makes it 6-0, and that's never a position you want to be on. Now Molotov coming out from Gorong as he tries to spot them out, but Slots on point, uses the intangible to try to dodge the Thor ultimate. Will not be able to dodge the second half. Cruzagot gets him. Now it's 4v4. Cruzagot with the op. Team TSF Gaming taking it real slow with Friction down in mid, trying to get any peeks off. Nobody carrying the spike yet, as they don't want to commit to a site just yet. Still even numbers, and the Cypher just sort of looking to see if there are any rotations whatsoever towards B. Team Villainous though responding really well, playing safe by themselves, just waiting in their respective positions, understanding that the priority is on TSF Gaming to make a move. It's their turn, not Team Villainous's. Now, Cruzagot is scoping the angle that Samirakunji and Friction are likely going to walk into. He has the operator. The dark cover does go down to try and deny any sort of kill coming in from him, and they make the push towards A side. But look at this, the bomb is actually going towards B side. The barrier is down on B side though, but a kill comes in each for both teams with Samirakunji and Bullseye answering back to each other. Showstopper comes out but misses. Friction with the smart moves, dodging it out and getting the kill. TSF Gaming with the man advantage and the complete bamboozle with the spike on a completely opposite side as to what they look to be pushing. Now, spike will get planted at B, and the Sage, Jaguar and Cruiser God are right next to each other. Jaguar will get revealed by the recon bolt, and Friction is on the flank behind them. If he's able to come right through about now, he will be able to catch both of them off guard. Friction will spot one player, takes out Cruiser God. 3 versus 1 in the favor of TSF Gaming. This is absolutely humongous. This will put them at a small eco advantage. Friction getting his third, absolutely popping off these rounds. We've seen this before. Friction, even though he plays the Sage, he is one of the top fraggers for TSF Gaming every single time. Brilliantly played 4-2. But what I really love is right here you see the Cypher and the Sova for TSF Gaming going towards B, whereas Friction and Samira Kunji actually pushing A, completely confusing Team Villainous.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons they did that because Samir Kenji did have his ultimate. So if they are able to get control of B side and they want to continue faking the A side, he can use the ultimate and pop away to the B side. And Friction like lurking towards the A side. That's what we saw from him. Slots though using the arena flash round by round to be able to get something out of it. They do use the recon bolt to get spams through. Slots did get a kill on the back of that, but was instantly cleared out with that ultimate coming from the Sova. But just as I say that, Veerbhadra and Bianchi are going to get one. Cruiser God gets one on instance. Korlang is spotted over here by Slots. Will take him down with that stinger, but gets traded out by Friction. Make that a 3v2 situation. Taking Villain, the TSF Gaming are in the driver's seat right now. They have one member posted up towards the shot position and one member towards the city position. The spike is making its way towards what looks like the B side, A side as of right now. The smoke's coming. There comes the wall to be allow him to revive. Slots is back in action. There comes the pick towards the A shot position. Doesn't know if there's one here towards the A shot position. The wall has been broken in my. That's exactly why the spams came in from Slots towards that position. Friction entry fragging towards this side. Bullseye with a shotgun that can be absolutely detrimental. He gets one. Peak sight out, but Slots is there to trade him out. Slots is going to dismiss out of there, able to push towards the A side. Cruiser got in a 1v3 situation. We've seen him pull these ones out before. We've seen him do it multiple times. Does have a lot of utility to help him put this retake out, the recon, the shocks, and the drone that he can use to his advantage in the recon. Does spot one member, but Slots is gonna put him out of his misery. Cruiser, not the god anymore.
Yeah. Slots definitely playing that round very well, warranting his revive. Going down at first though, not as great, and I do expect to see a lot more of this Reyna. This is the second time we're seeing Slots pick up the Reyna, and there has to be a reason you're putting one of your players on this high skill cap champion. That was a force buy round for Team Villainous though, so I believe they will be able to afford this round. We'll check real quick by looking the scorecard as soon as it goes down, but yeah, they will be able to afford full buys for themselves. A few Vandals coming out with a couple of Phantoms. Now, the Brimstone ultimate is thrown out by Team Villainous. Will not actually find anybody. Boombot finds some damage onto Slots right here, as TSF Gaming seem to look to want to go for the B push. Two members towards A though, they can rotate instantly. And this is what I like about TSF Gaming. Empress is popped by Slots as he looks for someone. Will throw out the Leer and try to find a couple of kills. Now, Empress is amazing in terms of the amount of value you're able to get out of it if you actually get a few kills. But Slots needs to do just that and do it fast. Now they are committing towards a push. Cruiser God is looking at the outside angle, waiting for someone to show through. Will they check his angle? They do not. Cruiser God, will he be able to find a kill? He does not. And Cruiser God just stepping back as the wall comes through from Friction to block his view. Brilliantly walled by Friction. Now, the recon bolt is thrown out. Spots a couple of members was destroyed. Bianchi and Friction get a kill each though. This is huge for Team TSF Gaming because they get such a big advantage in terms of economy if they can pull this through and put the score at even from their attacking side. Now, Samira Kunji will spot out Rex, Cruiser God right here as Rex takes down one person. Hunter's Fury out from Bianchi, tags one person, gets a kill onto Rex. 4 versus 2 for TSF Gaming. This is an absolutely huge round. Samira Kunji gets another onto Bullseye, just waiting outside the smoke, lurking in the shadows for his opponent to come through. Now, Samira Kunji hunting for Cruiser God, refusing to let him save, finds him, gets the kill. That's gonna be 4-4 for TSF Gaming. Absolutely humongous for their eco. This ultimate brilliant. Tags 2 with the second shot and then gets a kill with the third. Throws out the recon board, is able to find him and let his teammates clean up the rest.
Definitely, we're back to an equal scoreline, 4-4 on this Ascent map. Really interesting to see how cut to cut this goes. Villainous do like the Ascent pick. We saw them play it against HM1 in the round of 16, where they won 16-14. It was a great map. I think you casted it, if I'm not wrong. It was a comeback for both those for Team Villainous as they were losing earlier on. Gorang using these Brimstone smokes to allow him to take an aggressive angle. Does only have the Stinger, so he can use it at close range and doesn't have any armor too. Looking to push the smokes, but looks like they are expecting it this time around. He does get this angle. Definitely, I think he has been spotted by Slots over here, who will be going in for the pre-fire on him. Slots gets his number, and in the meantime, Cruiser gets picked off too. Make that a 5v3 team. Villainous are in the man disadvantage now. Bullseye going in for that peak will not be able to land any shots. Retreats back to safety. We see Jaguar though holding this mid position, trying to see if he can land a few shots off with his Sheriff, or potentially recover that gun in front of him. But Slots though, just a few bullets is all he needs to put Jaguar out of his misery. They are pushing in towards the Asian position, and that's exactly where Bullseye is. Rex is gonna catch Veerbhadra on this flank. That's an operator down that he can pick up for himself, but he has been revealed. They now exactly know where he is. Doesn't choose to go for the operator. Will continue using that stinger that he has invested from in the early round. The spike does go down towards the A side, but look at his position. He's pushed up towards this A mid position. I don't think the rest of the team knows he's holding this angle here. Does get smoked off right in his face. That won't allow him to push quite far away. Does use the smoke as cover to hold right inside. There comes Friction with the push. Pause the battle. Friction will get taken down, and that's dropping another gun for themselves. Looking to see if there is someone behind him. Will not find anyone. He is doing a lot of economic damage with just the Stinker. That's going to be really useful coming into them. But there comes the position from Yankee, if I'm not wrong. Yep, and Yankee is going to finish him off, holding that small little off angle that just shows your head as you turn around that corner.
I do wonder if it is, I mean, while the 2 kills are really great in terms of the damage you do to TSF Gaming, considering the fact though that this will be TSF Gaming 5th round in a row, I do wonder if perhaps picking up the operator and going for the save for one member of your team, especially since you're on the defensive side, should be more valuable. Considering that next round will be your buy round, if you're able to save an operator for your teammate, you just sort of survive. Like Jaguar right now could have had a free operator, a lot of more creds for himself, instead choosing to go for the kills, so that's completely understandable, but maybe not the greatest of choices right there. For TSF Gaming though, you can see 5,000, 7,000 plus for each member. Samirakunji, Friction and Slots dominating the fraggers, top 3 fraggers for themselves. And Friction, he's just so unexpected for a Sage in general in this competitive scene to be one of the best players on the team. Friction proving that statistic completely wrong. Now, they've gone for this strategy multiple times before, where they just try to get mid control slowly and try to get picks while the spike is dropped way behind, and then go for the rotation. Something I personally really like, because I think mid control in Ascent is really important. Now, throwing out the dark cover, potentially committing to a site right here. Slots playing it really slow, checking all his angles. But Team Villainous, really smart here, playing it very safe. Jaguar will put down the barrier onto B side to prevent any sort of rotation there. Just sort of don't want to, no, neither team wants to take the first step, and that's understandable, but with only 30 seconds to go, it will have to be TSF Gaming trying. Now, we've seen this push before from Sova and Cypher towards B side. This time though, they will find the barrier and will run into Jaguar right there. If he's able to get a kill onto the huge, but Bullseye gets 1, Bullseye gets 2 onto Slots and Samirakunji. The spike is dropped as Jaguar gets that kill with his operator. Huge round for Team Villainous about to come in, because there's no time for the spike to get planted. Cruiser God gets another, and this was such an important round for Team Villainous. Losing this round would mean that they would go into the second last round of the game with not much to spare. Veerbhadra gets a kill at the end, but this doesn't hurt TSF Gaming as much, as 5-5, they still have the economy to buy the guns. So in the next round will be really important. If Team Villainous can pull that through, they can go towards the last round with an economic advantage.
Yes, this should do.
Definitely important. We are still, at the even scoreline. This map is going really close. Something we didn't really see in our previous Ascent matchups, this shows that there isn't much of a skill gap and both teams are at an equal level. Veerbhadra will be spotting the operator just like he does. Slots, so round by round, he throws in that layer from mid links that blinds anyone holding aggressive this angle, and that allows him to push up. Sova drone should spot him inside the smoke. Ooh, yep, there comes the recon onto him. He's gonna get spammed as he turns right back. Nope. not, will be able to survive with his full HP with him. Jaguar running the operator, as we see. We've seen multiple times where, you know, they just give Jaguar the operator and like let him solo hold towards the B side because, so that they can stack out the other sides. Jaguar walls off the B main position and just holds right behind that.
Still in sight.
This time around, we will be seeing the A-shot control coming in. The Brimstone throws in the Molotov, but they will still push it. He peeks out, doesn't get anyone. Friction, though, gets his number. Samir Kunji is still holding towards his A-shot position to cut off any flank slots. Calls the member towards the side. Will use the dismiss to see if we can get any more information. 2 members on Team Villainous remaining as they are going to go for the retake. They do have the revive on board, which can be extremely clutch coming in from them. Just as I say that, Bullseye will take out slots. Spike goes down, 4v2 situation, 5-5 the scoreline. Jaguar looking to see if anyone over-aggresses and he can pick them off with this operator, but Veerbhadra is holding this extremely passive angle. But look at the Omen hot on his heels. There comes the revive. He's gonna run right in, gets 1, gets 2, and that's gonna be the third for him.
Oh my god. That's just nasty from Samir Mukherjee right there. I mean, like, he goes from all the way mid, going through mid-market. As you can see him right now on the minimap, just slowly but surely moving, hiding in the shadows, as his agent would say, and then slowly making his way up to the ramps. Right in time for the revive to be popped. You get so much value from that. The fact that we're moving into the last round after this round, gets 2 off of 1 shot and then gets Cruiser God, who just came up, sends him back to the underworld right there. 6-5 for TSF Gaming, taking the lead, absolutely humongous. Now, aggressive push coming in from TSF Gaming. They will find Cruiser God, making it 5-4 in their advantage. Now, TSF Gaming, once again, as you said, right, Slots uses that Leer every single time mid as they look to make an aggressive push. This usually Team Villainous is step back, but this time someone is forward and ends up getting caught. Leer once again trying to get a kill. Jaguar spams in the right spot, but Slots is able to get a kill. Empress is on, gets overhealed. Now it's 4 versus 3 because Bullseye found a kill, but Bianchi finds the return onto Bullseye. And if you notice, Bullseye only with the Stinger, the fact that TSF Gaming does have a small economic advantage over Team Villainous. This will be huge if they can touch 2, but Gaurang gets 2 onto Slots the second. Now, Gaurang has the Molotov, throws it out to deny any sort of entry at that point. Gaurang almost gets a third for Bianchi instead. On the op, gets 2 more, makes it 3 for him. 7-5 to TSF Gaming, absolutely humongous, considering it is just that bit easier to defend on the map of Ascent. Going into their defensive side, having a lead, they have to feel very comfortable.
Yep, definitely. Even if, you know, TSF Gaming do manage to lose this pistol round, they aren't going to be too impacted with it, given the fact that the scoreline will still be even if they manage to lose the next 2 rounds. To get that extra bit of cushion that, you know, that gives you a bit of peace of mind when you enter this pistol round. This time around, we are seeing a B side coming in. Looks like they are looking to aggress this B side with just with the 3-member push. Oh, actually, I think we've entered a pause for, I think, what looks like a technical issue as of right now. It should be resolved soon. We should be heading into the game at any moment. But let's take a quick look at, you know, what they were setting up with. They were setting up with 3 members towards the B main position, looking at like a potential the B main push coming in from them. But yeah, Bullseye does does unpause the map, and we will be there. We'll be back to the map. They will be holding just with the Cypher towards the A side, you know, something it's not too uncommon. We see that quite often. Bianchi soloing towards this A side will throw in this recon towards the mid lanes so that his teammates aggressing from the B main position will be able to get some more information. There comes the paranoia, and the Leer should be popped. The Leer is popped. It's going to be shooting gallery. Friction gets 1. Friction gets 2. Gaurang in the meantime gets slots. They are still having the man advantage. They will fall back from the B main position, having, you know, taken 2 early round kills and having the man advantage. Looks like Team Villainous are not gonna, you know, it's not gonna deter their plans. They still look to, you know, hold B main control and execute towards the B side, as we see 2 members from them still towards the B side. Bullseye in the meantime trying to see if we can get an opening towards this mid position, jiggling with the spike out. If he dies, it will be really instrumental. If he gets a kill over here, he'll be really instrumental. There comes the recon, spots 1 member. There comes the slow up, and they're all gonna jump on him. Sam does try to teleport away, but won't be able to do anything. Cruiser in the meantime gets 1. Friction is gonna get his third of the round. Will he get a 4th? No, he will not. Cruiser answers back with 1 for himself. Team Villainous in a 2v1 situation. The round has flipped on its head right now. Veerbhadra 1v2 situation heading in from this mid-market position. The spike does go down. Cruiser droning away to see if he can find someone, and the boombot for additional information spots him out. He has a camera on his back, and there comes the recon bolt into him. They know exactly where he is. He should be a dead man walking the minute he peeks out of this corner. We do see Villainous Gaming have fallen into their hiding positions. He gets the first peek onto Bullseye, connects the shot. Does he expect the swing from Cruiser? No, he doesn't. Cruiser gets a 4K, avenging the death of his teammates, the two of them who died earlier in the round.
I mean, firstly, extremely smart by TSF Gaming right there to go for the early defensive push. But right here, CruiserGod plays this brilliantly. He spots out Sam, and Sam desperately goes for that additional shadow step. The recon bolt spotting out Sam right there. But I do wonder maybe if Sam just trusted his teammate in Friction to save his back, then they could have gone through. But Friction gets his third. But then CruiserGod so clutch for his team this round, negating that early double kill coming out from Friction through that, using the Reyna Lear very, very well for their team. Now, eco round for Team Villainous is something that these rounds they can afford given that they had a huge lead. But 5-man stack on A for Team Villainous. The bombs almost catch out Sam, but he will get healed back to full HP. Just waiting with the shorty in this corner, trying to get something done. Now, on B side, there's absolutely nobody. The Sova on the side of TSF Gaming is starting to make his way there. But complete mid and A fight so far for both teams. Sam once again moves back to his cubby towards this A entry side. But now Team Villainous have realized that, guys, they've left B completely empty. We should just go for B. They go for B. They're able to take side control right now. Barrier comes down to deny that entry point. Rex gets a kill onto Samira Kunji, holding down this angle. Rex will be able to almost gets another, but is not able to as Veerabhadra gets the answer back on him. But CruiserGod gets two. Cruiser.
Yep. As I mentioned earlier, Veerabhadra still getting 3 kills into this round will damage a lot of the economy as they're only able to survive with 2 members coming into this round.
Yeah, for sure. Like, especially since this was the eco round for Team TSF Gaming, them just getting any pickoffs whatsoever is humongous for them. Now you see on the scoreboard, Friction and Samirakanji leading, and CruiserGod, as we expect, with Gaurang leading on the other side. Now, Gaurang won't be able to... He does get dropped the Phantom from his teammate. So 3 Phantoms, 2 Spectres for Team Villainous, all full buys for TSF Gaming. It's up to TSF Gaming to pull this back right here or go into the next round after this with a huge disadvantage. Now, Recon both spots multiple people out, giving them information. Rotations coming out, but the barrier just comes out towards A side to prevent that as multiple members rotate towards B. Cypher has set up his utility in a very defensive fashion, in which even if you take B, you're not going to be able to take the site in itself. Now Veerabhadra gets one, Bianchi gets another, just holding down from so far back like a fortress. 4-5v1 and flawless round coming from Samir Kunji. That Cypher trapfire positioning really interesting. Sort of calling out Team Villainous to go for this hard aggressive play and just waiting. Be like, come to us, we're gonna kill you.
Definitely good setup coming in from him. Bullseye unfortunately gets caught with a satchel in his hand that he was trying to throw in towards the B position when he entry frags over here. They even threw in that combat slip for the rest of the team to be able to reap its benefits, but Bianchi just had different things in his mind planned for the rest of that round. We saw this coming out, the similar trend coming out from them in the previous round also. That when we saw better weaponry coming out, we did see like how TSL Gaming chose to steer out. There comes a double shock darts, will not be able to connect on anything. Gaurang manages to avoid them. The recon dart spotting 2 members, and there comes the spam through that wall. Doesn't manage to connect on anyone. Friction in the meantime, he's gonna get 1, he's gonna get 2. Jaguar trades him out, but there comes Sam with the trade with he's there to support his partners. He's gonna get 2 for himself as well. Last member, CruiserGod with a sheriff, will be laid to rest by Bianchi.
This was the eco round for Team Villainous. A couple members carrying the Stingers. One member was carrying the Spectre though, so I do wonder maybe they did try to force buy. And I wonder if they will be able to afford full buys next round. But yeah, definitely, as you said, right? Even in the first half, when it was full buys for both teams, we saw TSF just sort of be able to pull it back, come out on top. And doing that has earned them a 9-7 lead. Samir Kinji especially being exceptionally clutch here. Now,
That goes there.
Right this round, let's take a quick look at the scorecard, see what the weapon compositions for both teams are. We see Veerabhadra with the op. Yeah, buy round for both teams. 4 Phantoms and a Vandal for Team Villainous. Those slots find, oh my god, slots and friction. This duo always makes the aggressive pushes, and together they're always able to find the pick. Last time it was B site in the early starts of this first half. Now they do it towards A site, find a kill for themselves onto Rex. Now, Team Villainous will be able to take mid control right here, but with the rotation coming out from Samir Kunji, he might be able to spot them trying to go for B side. Cypher trap set up really well to just deny entry onto B while Bianchi holds it down. Camera trying to spot any sort of entry. Now Samir Kunji and Jack and Friction waiting right here. Go for the spam. Come very close, but don't actually tag anybody. 5 versus 4 in the favor of TSF Gaming. If they're able to win this round, it would give them a huge advantage, making it 10-7 and economy by just putting them far ahead. Now, the camera will spot out Team Villainous as they go for it. Samir Kanji gets 2 through his spam. Friction gets another. Spike Carrier is killed, and just Jaguar left. No revive for him, and basically no hope. He will get caught out. Does not go down. He does have the heal to heal himself up, but will end up getting killed by Friction. 10-7 and forcing Team Villainous onto another eco round, potentially making it 11-7 and going to the last buy round for match point. Huge by TSF Gaming.
Oof, Sam coming in with that clutch teleporter, like the Shroud Sab walks right in, is able to spray down 2 members as they did not expect this position coming out of them. Jaguar was left alone, not able to do much with this because he was caught out there and he dies in an instant. So, yep, definitely nothing much he could have done in that situation where he was getting pinched from all sides. Veerbhadra picks up the operator, something we've seen him do multiple times, will be holding this mid position from himself alone. The recon coming towards the B side will prompt that the A hit is coming in. That's exactly what's happening. Sam though gets 1 friction in the meantime. He's gonna connect onto 2. Just Shella's on the friction, gets his 3rd for the round, and Veerbhadra is gonna clean it up with the operator shot making in. Clean round coming in by them, just losing 1 member, able to carry on 4 guns.
Yeah, definitely. And like the pace at which that happened, Team Villainous trying to force it really hard into TSF, but TSF just holding their own. And the pattern we see from them, the way Veerabhadra stays back with the op, it's not something we see from a lot of teams. Playing very defensive in with his trap wires. Gonna change it up now though. Gonna place them at the entry point, and the way with which TSF Gaming sort of rotate their strategies and plays is what I think is giving them the big edge here, because Team Villainous going for similar strategies in a whole regard, just making small changes, whereas TSF Gaming, they have the ability to go for those aggressive defensive pushes, even in defense, and they have the ability to just sit back right now like they are doing. Team Villainous trying to make a push down A as Garang tries to get mid control. The camera will likely spot out Garang any moment now. The smoke does come out to try to deny that, but the rest of Team Villainous now making their way down A. The drone will spot out the fact that the barrier has been put up to deny any sort of entry, just delaying Team Villainous so much. Friction does have the revive ready if this ends up being relevant whatsoever. Bullseye gets the showstopper kill onto Samir Kunji, but 2 ultimates invested for that kill. Slots gets 1, Friction gets another back, but 3v3 for TSF Gaming. Team Villainous trying very hard to pull it back this round. TSF Slots gets the kill onto Bullseye. This round is absolutely huge for them because this is the buy round. TSF Veerabhadra gets another kill, making it 3 versus 1. They're able to clutch this through. They do just that. Donkey getting a kill. 12-7 with match point into a round where they have the economy advantage. TSF Gaming look like they have this map in the bag.
Yeah, definitely. This now, we are now fighting for overtime. We're gonna have to see 5 rounds in a row coming from them. Friction just holding the wall gap just as it goes down, gets the shot. Bullseye manages to get 1, but is instantly cleared out by Slots towards his A shot position. And then the rest of the round, just because they had the man advantage, they can just clean it up. So 12-7 heading into what looks like potentially could be the last round into this game. You know, the loss bonus has piled up, so we could potentially see a buy coming in from this round. Take a quick look at the scoreboard to confirm my thoughts. Yep, we do see a buy, but it's a scrappy buy because, you know, they've gone in for light armor on all members except 1 Bullseye, who's the only member who's able to get the full armor. We also see a Bulldog coming in, not the best weapon you want to take a fight with. Bullseye working towards his, you know, outside the smoke. The slower will not, will not stop him from pushing right in. He pushes right into this smoke. Is gonna be friction right there. Friction's gonna see multiple in front of him. He gets one, falls right back, doesn't choose to aggress, holding this gap. There comes the Sova ultimate from Yankee. He gets one. Bullseye's as out. He gets two with it. Friction gets one more as well. It's all on Jaguar in this 1v4 situation. Going in for the revive. And that's looks like okay. He gets the kill onto Friction. Yankee in the meantime is gonna connect his third. And that's the fourth for Yankee as he cleans up Gorong. 13-7. TSF Gaming dropping 0 rounds into this into the second half after losing the pistol and the anti-eco.
Very well played by TSF Gaming, taking the 1-0 lead against Team Villainous in this set. Now, TSF Gaming did pick the map Ascent, so it's definitely understandable how comfortable they are on the defensive side. So they looked incredibly good on the attacking side. And for me, what I'm going to take away from TSF Gaming is that every time they face a sort of difficulty, they come back through it with a new answer, and that's something that is brilliant to see. Friction, the healer, but a battle mage essentially with that 369 average combat score, is going to be the MVP of map 1. Brilliantly played.
Yep, definitely, but not for long enough as Sage is gonna get nerfed into the ground with the patch coming in the next few days. There was some error that Riot spoke about on their Twitter handle, so we should be seeing the patch coming out soon. But still, great game coming for Friction. I think you've said this before, but you love how he uses the walls towards that A-shot position to block off anyone coming, has that gap that he abuses multiple times. Let's take a quick look at the AMD Relive the Moment replays coming in from that map so that you don't miss out any of the action if you're just tuning in.
Yeah, for sure. Like he's very innovative with the way he uses his walls. It's not this just a standard, I'm going to wall off the entry point. He actually goes for different walls reactively and then uses the walls to also boost himself up, getting multiple kills and like the information in the process, just showing a lot of game sense, I think, in my opinion. And yeah, while Sage is definitely going to go down and it looks like his main agent, given how much skill he showed us, I think he'll definitely be able to pick up another real quick.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the second map that's coming our way. That's going to be Split. We've seen how strong TSF Gaming are actually on Split. Great showings from them coming out. Despite Team Villainous winning both pistol rounds and the following anti-ecos, they aren't, really able to secure those gun rounds because we saw how, dominant they were. They were up 4 or 4-0 at one point of time before Villainous Gaming were able to completely turn this map on its head. After this, I really like this play coming in from that because they just had the Spectres. They knew that they had to take the fight towards them because Spectres are the best at close range. Anything at long range, not gonna land anything much with that. But Sam, though, he turned it off really well, got a 3k. They still lose this round because the HP disadvantage was from there and they didn't have the Sage on board. But still a great showing from them throughout this map. In the end, TSF Gaming come out on top, and that's all that matters. As great teams win games and great players win rounds. There's a huge difference between that. Even these anti-eco rounds, with just the Sheriff, Friction was showing up with the Sheriff. Like we saw how well he actually used it, got multiple kills with throughout the rounds. So overall, TSF Gaming are really going to be happy with how this map has panned out. Given the fact that they picked it first. So yeah, now we're headed to Bind, if I'm not wrong. That's the second map. We have seen Team Winners on it multiple times. We've mentioned this before. Really interesting to see how that one will pan out.
For sure. I mean, I think the key difference for me in this game is that TSF Gaming, even when they went multiple rounds down, they're able to come back with the play, and it looked like the play had a specific person calling for it in the sense that one person sort of just calling the shots and assigning roles to every single team member who are then able to execute those roles perfectly and make it look like their entire team is just one big oiled machine who functions so well as compared to Team Villainous, multiple players showing off really high skilled plays, but it never looked like they were coordinated in the plays they were trying to make. Sorry, it looked more like the players just sort of going by a word and trying to decide what to do is best. And while skill, as you said, like while great players do win rounds, great teams win games, right? And this is exactly what happened according to me because TSF Gaming just sort of showing the fact that they've been together for potentially longer and they understand each other better, therefore enabling them to go for these really different and aggressive plays. Now, that was map 1. As you mentioned, in the round between TSF Gaming and Team Villainous, we will be back for map 2. In the meantime, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Turn on the notifications bell to keep yourself updated constantly with the streams. If you want to join in on the action, Series 2 registration is now open down in the description below. Make sure you're in there as soon as possible so you can get into the action right away in Series 2. While we go for our break and set up for Stream 2, if you want to do some shopping, we have a 10% discount code for you presented by JBL for the JBL Quantum Gaming headsets. Feel free to check it out down in the description below. It's what me and Rex Dreams are using, and they're really nice. But we'll be back to you in a few moments with Game 2 between TSF Gaming and Team Villainous.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Take my hand, and we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. 3rd generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance, and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best setting. That's why I use AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors.
Alright guys, welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series presented by JBL Quantum Gaming Headsets and AMD. I am CA, your host and co-caster for today, joined by the lovely Rex Streams, your caster and analyst. And we're back for Game 2 between TSF Gaming and Team Villainous. Game 1 was very exciting with TSF Gaming, who did end up clutching out towards the defensive side, looking really solid, carrying the momentum. Now, looking at the maps, we are going to be moving on to Bind. What do you feel about that map, Rex?
So on Bind, which is generally said to be a defensive-sided map, TSF Gaming will be defending on that map. We did see them pull out better on the defensive side of Ascent as well, as we saw them, give just 2 rounds once the side swap took place, and then just, steamrolled Villainous Gaming, who had no answer to the setups coming out from TSF. So it could be a similar pick. But talking about Bind, Villainous actually have lovely strats even on the attacking side. We've seen this a lot. They do keep the defenders on their feet at all times, forcing those rotations, maintaining map control throughout. So it could be anyone's game. Let's not waste any moment and head right into Bind, our second map of this series. Remember that if TSF Gaming are able to pull out this map, that will eliminate Team Villainous out of this series. So everything lands on this map. TSF Gaming going for one role swap. Interesting to see that a lot of changes coming out from their side. Sam picks up that raise, slots no more on the Reyna, will be playing the Phoenix. Bianchi takes over the stage from Friction, while Friction switches to the Brimstone as the primary smoke agent for the rest of the team. While on the other hand, we see no changes coming out for Team Villainous Gaming, who will still be sticking for the same setup that we saw coming into them from the previous rounds. We do see Veer Brother going to the B side, something that we see a lot coming from Cypher. They're using that B-man camera or B-long camera to get the information and agility coming out from them. There comes the one-way smoke that will not impact the execute coming in right now. We are seeing a hard A execute. Rotations are on the way for the defenders. Bullseye taking control of this ULAM's position, extremely important position. Spike goes down on the back of the wall. A 5v5 retake situation just as we come in, and Sam with the raised nail is gonna send Jaguar to sleep. No more healing. That's gonna be really huge coming into the rest of this map. Veerbhadra and Co have all made their rotates coming into this from the city side. There comes the flash from Phoenix. hits up his teammate, and they have now successfully taken control of the side. There comes the wall towards the B main, towards the A shot position that's allowing them to get the spike off easily. Slots in the meantime will pick up his second kill, make that a 5v2 situation, just said. And just as I said that, it's all left to Korang in a 1v5 situation, and he cannot do anything with it. Flawless retake coming in, but is there enough time on the spike? The spike is going down right now, and I think they have enough time. If they do have 4 seconds to secure it, flawless retake coming in from them. Took the time on it, not like, weren't rushing into it. Waited for the rotations to come in and went in as a team and cleaned it up as a team.
Yeah, very well played by TSF Gaming, actually winning the pistol round, something that they weren't able to do in the first map, and the fact that they're able to pull it off right here, absolutely amazing. It was a hard push by Team Villainous though, so TSF Gaming just able to coordinate really well, something we know them to be good at, and go for the retake. Very well played, especially the grenade from Sam, getting a kill and a lot of damage. Now 4 Spectres and a Bulldog coming out for TSF Gaming as we see the eco round for Team Villainous. Team Villainous taking it really slow in their eco round. We usually see teams going at it really hard, so Team Villainous taking it slow but potentially could get them some extra picks. Now the B-long push potentially coming out right here from TSF Gaming. They do that, they would have been able to spot, but they're not going to do that. Instead, just wait right there. The camera by Team Villainous will spot out TSF Gaming right there. Now, the Trapfire will give away the location of Team Villainous Gaming if they choose to move into hookah. There is also a camera if Veerabhadra chooses to use it. He does, and he will spot out their move into hookah. Just now, the rotation's coming out as Friction gets a kill for himself, making it and 5 versus 4 in the favor of TSF Gaming. Rotation has come out. Veerabhadra will find 3 instant kills. Brilliantly done. 4 versus 1. Veerabhadra, no, Slots will find the last kill for himself, making it 2-0 in the favor of TSF Gaming. Now, something we saw a lot last game was that the third round, which is usually the buy round, was always in the favor of TSF Gaming. Now, if they're able to pull through this third round again for themselves with the weaponry, it would be absolutely huge, right? Are you expecting them to upgrade or stay with the Spectres and Bulldog?
Definitely, given the fact that they had 4 men surviving, I don't expect a reinvestment coming in because you've saved so many weapons. I like that tripwire from Veerabhadra. He does pick it right up, doesn't go for that. One less talking point for me. I'll explain that tripwire later on. Throws in that cage towards that position. Jaguar lurking with the spike pushing in towards this A shot. That's exactly what is coming. The one-way smoke to buy some more time. The boombot from Sam. He's going to line up multiple members. Doesn't manage to secure a kill, but does enough damage. Does a bit of damage. There comes the raise nade. Will it connect on a kill this time around? Last time around we saw it doing it. There comes the satchel from him. Jumps right back, but there's no bullets in his gun as he gets taken down by Jaguar. Jaguar gets the kill. That's going to be side taken for them. Cruiser in the meantime picks up Slots as well. Make that a 3v5 situation. Team Villainous are in cheering in this round. Cruiser in the meantime is going to pick up Veerabhadra, who's hot on his heels on the flank. He heard the teleporter open up, and there goes the kill. Vyanki is holding up in the 7th position. Spike still hasn't been planted, given the fact that they have had map control for a long time. Friction, though, in the meantime gets taken down to 9 HP, and the Spike's actually making this way towards the B side. This is exactly what I was talking about. They love their fakes towards the side. They love, throwing the defenders off guard. Now they can get the Spike down, play the distance game, use the situation that they are in to get good retake positions. But it doesn't look like TSF Gaming are interested in going in for the commitment. They have for the first 2 buy rounds. They will be able to fancy themselves a buy the next round. If they manage to save 2 weapons, they will be able to pass those guns to their teammates as well to get a better guns overboard.
For sure, especially with the fact that they saved before this round, and now that if they're able to actually save both of these weapons, I think they might even be able to afford an operator on one of their teammates, therefore giving them that extra boost too. And so while it's huge for Team Villainous that they're able to clutch through this buy round and get the win for themselves, as they're just about to, TSF Gaming playing it really smart, not giving away too much in terms of eco, demonstrating an understanding of the game that is standard for this level of tournament. Now Veerabhadra with 4 kills and Slots with 3, not too far behind. Jaguar and Cruiser God leading for Team Villainous. Now we see full buys coming out for both teams. Operator for Veerabhadra as we expected. Friction will be able to get his shield, and that'll be full buys for both teams. And this is the true buy round because Now TSF Gaming cannot afford to save weapons or lose this round, because losing the round will damage their economy irrespective of how many weapons they're able to save. Team Villainous, though they have a slight cushion right there. Jaguar finds a spam through the flash, very well played, expecting Slots to walk out in that exact position. So just shooting, you do not have to look in place to shoot if you know exactly where they're going to be anyways. Recon Bolt will spot out Friction, while Team Villainous may choose to rotate right here. The Cypher on Veerabhadra with the AWP is actually holding down A. Something that's really smart, I think, because since he is the AWP player, they push him to A, giving him a better AWP angle as compared to B side. Now, Friction did rotate over to A, expecting the rotation by Team Villainous towards A, but that doesn't happen. Team Villainous instead choosing to commit to B. Bullseye gets the kill onto Samirakunji. Now moving in towards B side, forcing the rotation coming out. Friction gets one, just the one, as Jaguar exchanges a kill back onto him. Bayanki have forced to walk through the Molotov right here. Will run into the barrier on the elbow side. 2 versus 4. One operator on the side of TSF Gaming. Can they clutch through? Yankee finds themselves in the middle of a barrier. Will have to wait potentially too long for that to go down. So he chooses to circle back. And it looks like there's simply no way to enter for TSF Gaming, because Cruiser God holding down that angle will find one. Veerabhadra does exchange, and now he chooses to save his operator, because with 22 HP, he's not going to be able to pull out the retake, especially considering the fact that there's not much time left. 3 versus 1 for Team Villainous. They make it even, and in this position, in the first map, it was TSF Gaming taking the lead when they pulled it even. Do you think Team Villainous can do just that?
They have been able to pull out those last 2 buy rounds, given the fact that when they had those better weaponry, so they have secured the rounds for them. Sam, unnecessary peek coming in from them, should have just waited out for the boombot to give him information and not peek instead. Friction tries to gets one on the side, tries to get multiple, but he will be cleared out in an instant coming from them. Good trades overall. They are able to play this round off the back of the V Brothers operator, like a hero buy coming in from him, where they will try and set him up for as many kills as he can get throughout the round. But this time around, we don't see that. He will be soloing towards the B side since he can use the gun's range. In the meantime, we will see this aggressive push coming in towards this A shot position. The classic spam will help Sam get into this aggressive position inside the cubby, where exactly the hate is coming. Veerabhadra lone man still towards the B side. No one will be challenging him as of right now. That allows him to get a bit of an aggressive angle. Thinking about using the teleporter to cover the flank. It didn't go out too well for him the last time he tried to do this. Still, the hit looks like it's coming towards the A side. The camera of the Cypher camera will buy some more time for them to clear out that one area. But the time takes, even though the time takes as we still continue talking about this, there comes the rotate that could be coming towards the B side as we see the spike falling back towards the cave position. The Cypher camera definitely spots out 1 or 2 members, and that information has been passed on as we see the B side hit coming in right now. Cypher, Veerabhadra, Gaurang is going to challenge his line of sight right now. Misses the first shot, going in for that again. Bullseye peeks him. Despite knowing potentially where they was going in for this aggressive angle. Veerabhadra, I think he's trying to get his ultimate off. Yep, that's exactly what he does. There comes the peek onto him. Cypher caged him off. Goes inside the Cypher cage to land a shot. Will not be able to land it. Falls right back. Still hasn't called for any rotation from the rest of his teammate. Cruiser in the meantime is gonna get Sam. Jaguar pops the revive, and they have now made their way towards the A side. Look at what's happening right now. They have completely baited out what's happening. There comes the Sova ultimate. Will not be able to connect anyone. Slots in the meantime gets one. Bianchi from the backline just gonna get one for himself. 10 seconds on the clock. Can they get the spike down? Spike is planted. Excuse me for that. Just as I say that they planted. But they do have the ultimate on Slots who can use it right now. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Catches Bullseye on the cross, make that a 2v1 situation. Slots still aggressing, trying to find this more information for himself. Look at how far he's pushed Jaguar. The spike can be defused right now, given how far they've pushed him. Jaguar is gonna have to run in, but they do not know exactly where Jaguar is. There comes the flash that will blind Jaguar. Jaguar's gonna be forced to fall back right now, but there he goes with the peak, and Slots gets his 4th, putting the team back in equality. 2-3, excuse me, as TSF Gaming take the lead.
Yeah, thrifty round coming out for TSF Gaming. Absolutely huge. They're able to get those 2 weapons for themselves too. They started out with just shorties and sheriffs, but the brilliant flank coming out from Slots and Friction right there. This duo, even in the first map, it was friction and
Let's go
slots
there.
working together to like get those
Yes, this
aggressive
should go.
pushes for TSF Gaming, and it looks like they've done just that this map as well. I do like slots a lot more on Phoenix than I liked him on Reyna. So I feel like it sort of empowers the playstyle that he likes, which is the flashbang in your face and then go for the aggressive push. Phoenix is just slightly better at that. Combined with the fact that he's able to peel for himself and heal himself, definitely helps him out. Slots now top fragging for his team with that 4K in last round. Now, let's take a quick look at the scorecard to see what guns
Go
Team
get 'em.
Villainous is holding. Yeah, it will be the operator for Cruise the Court, with the rest of his team holding the Phantoms. So full buy for both teams, but the bank looking a bit short for Team Villainous, so they definitely need the win this round. But Fiction gets the opening kill onto Rex. Slots will get the move on down, throws out the flash, gets multiple members, gets one kill, but is not able to get more. Garang gets the answer back onto Slots. Still 4 versus 3, man advantage for TSF Gaming. Health advantage as well because Garang is really low from Slots' spam. Throws out the Molotov, trying to find someone, and you see Sam here just dancing, waiting for someone to walk right into his line of sight. TSF Gaming taking it really slow. It's 3v3 on the site with Veerabhadra just holding down B as he usually does. Rotation coming out from Sam towards B, expecting a rotation from A. And I really like the way Team Villainous have sort of just held their positions in A, expecting TSF Gaming to rotate, I'm assuming, and then try to take over the site. Now it's 3v2 on the site. They're waiting for the recon bolt cooldown. It does go off, doesn't spot anybody. Spike will go down though, and the rotations will come through from TSF Gaming. The operator shot goes, but doesn't actually get the kill. He will bring back TSF Friction back to full health. Team Villainous need this round, but Veerabhadra with the op, he's here. He gets one, Bianchi gets another. Friction completes the third, and it's going to be 4-2 for TSF Gaming, going into next round with a decent economy advantage.
We saw a similar trend coming out in the previous map as well. Like, just as Team Villainous were building up a bit of that momentum, it was 4-0 in the previous map, if I'm not wrong, and then TSF Gaming just swept them, and like it's a 13-7 map. So, really interesting to see, like, they are a team that, once they pick up those 1 or 2 rounds, they bank a lot on their momentum. They are able to use that confidence that they gain. 4-2, TSF Gaming still in the lead right now, looking to, secure the rest of the map early as possible. Remember that this is a defensive sided map, so it's not too much too scaring coming out for Team Villainous, if they are not able to get multiple rounds. Like the magic number, in my opinion, if you're able to get like 5 rounds coming into like at this round switch, and when you move on to the defensive side, that's like a proper number. Talking about the ultimates, TSF Gaming do have the revive. That's going to be extremely clutch coming in for them coming in the next half. While that's not available to Team Villainous as of right now, a few orbs or a kill or two could also help them get that. They do have the showstopper on Bullseye, but I don't really remember having seen much impact coming out from Bullseye in the first map with the showstopper. I don't think he did deal a lot of damage with it, but was unable to convert those to kills, if I'm not wrong, on the first map.
Yeah, Bullseye just, as you say, not able to actually hit the bullseye, get those kills. He is getting a lot of damage through, but not translating to kills, really affecting Team Villainous in the fact that it's just bare edges the way TSF Gaming get these wins. And now with the eco advantage, likely to move to 5-2 with the next round helping them get to 6-2. What score would you think that you would be happy with as Team Villainous going into the defensive side, where you're bound to feel just that bit more comfortable?
Yep, so I think 5 rounds or something is a comfortable number. But given how I see the scoreline right now and how TSL Gaming are like approaching this map, that might seem a bit tough. I am not gonna really leave Team Villainous out of this, but we've seen them well on Pine. TSL Gaming, we haven't seen much of them on Pine. They really love their split picks, so I'm really interesting to see if we actually go to a third map. If Team Villainous are able to claw this one back, how does the third map pan out? That's the more interesting aspect for me. Pine though, it's in a weird spot right now. A lot of people say it's defender sided. I do tend to agree with that because rotations are much shorter for you compared to attackers who have to walk around the whole map from like A shot to like from let's say, for example, if you rotate from hookah to, let's say, A side, right? That's a really long rotation coming out from you. While the defenders, for them, it is quite a much shorter rotation coming from them because of how the map is structured. While like as an attacker, you have to get the early round Like you can get a lot much map control, which the defenders have to fight for. Like just given on how the spawns are structured, like a lot of the mid market control is given to the attackers by default. So that's something the CTs have to fight for, which is something like we don't see, which becomes an impediment. That's why we don't really see those flanks coming into often, because they just don't have the map control or the knowledge to be able to go for them. So now let's head back right into the game. I think the technical difficulties have been solved, so we will be heading right back into this map right now. So we do see the full buys coming out from TSF Gaming, who did win the previous round, and we don't see a really great buy coming out for Team Villainous as well. Cruiser, the lone man on a proper rifle with the Phantom and the light armor. Rest of the team, we see 3 pistols, which is 2 sheriffs and a ghost, while we see a marshal on Gorang with light armor. The Cypher camera does spot multiple members of the camp, does only manage to spot one member though, and that does kind of leak that they are heading towards the speed side. The Suva drone will confirm more of their allegations, more of their thoughts as there should be a raise there hitting them as of right now. Sam definitely does have this prep, does throw it in right now. Bullseye throws one in as well, but the damage is there on Sam. He's down to 54 HP. He totally ate that nade. Ooh, look at this position coming out from the stage. It's extremely off angle, which won't really be checked. But just see that Veerbhadra with the side gets his third. Will he be able to get his fourth? The recon definitely. Okay, that's the opposing recon. But just as that, Vyanki is going to clean it up.
Veerbhadra with that operator completely popping off. He wasn't as obviously like great in the first map. It was more about the friction show in the first map, but in this map with the 4K earlier and now with the operator, you just cannot walk past Veerbhadra while he has the operator. Gets 3 kills right here, showing immense skill, making it 5-2 in a flawless round for TSF Gaming. Now let's take a quick look at the scorecards. We see full buys for the side of Team Villainous, making this a clutch round. Veerbhadra with 10 kills and Slots with 8, really showing up for their team. Jaguar with 5 kills and Cruiser with 4 are the top fraggers for Team Villainous, but Veerbhadra once again holds different angles every single time, sort of in the head of TSF Gaming, switching between A and B, knowing where they're going to show up and getting them those kills for himself. Now, Vyanki is waiting around the corner, very, very patient, and Team Villainous, it seems like a little birdie told them that Vyanki was waiting there because they're just going to back out, go for the A push instead. Now, Cruiser God is making his way into showers. He will run into Slots, who will get the kill onto him, making it 5 versus 3 in the favor of TSF Gaming. Spike does get passed on from Jaguar to Rex as Jaguar looks to go for the entry right here with the slow. Now, Jaguar does have the wall, I believe, so they can try to wall up. He'll do just that. Wall up and try to go for the spike plant, but the Molotov of Friction, just waiting on it. As soon as Samirakunji gets some vision, throws out a brilliant nade that gets Rex. Throws out the Molotov to deny that. Spike is dropped. He was in the middle of planting it when the spike did go down. Now, the Brimstone ultimate coming out from Saurang, I believe, to deny the sort of entry from them, but the spike carrier goes down once again as Vyanki gets the kill. Brilliantly played by TSF Gaming. They try to take the spike and run away with it towards Hookah on the other side through the portal, but Vyanki is just waiting over there near the portal like, okay, I'm here, bye-bye. 5-2 for TSF Gaming, and basically 6-2 given the fact that they have a huge economy advantage going into the next round.
Boy, like Vyanki's position was really, really clutch coming into this round. Like they just had 25 seconds in the round coming for them, and knowing that they spotted multiple members, they knew that they can't make the break over there to plant it. So they had to rotate to the B side, and Vyanki, who's just pushed out of Hookah, turns out at the right time, finds Gorang with the spike just heading away, puts a bullet in his head, and that secures the spike for them. Taking a look at the scoreboard, Rex, Jaguar, and Bullseye, actually the whole of the Team Villainous team squad except of Jaguar on the stage, not really having the best game for themselves. That reveals the scoreline. They are going to win for this Hail Mary push towards the Ascent. There comes the spike, which will be going down right now. Sam though with the boom bot, he's going to take down Rex. The spike will be secured by Jaguar, who does have this Vandal, and this I say that he gets taken down by Sam. It clearly looks like we are headed to a 7 to score, and Cruiser gets smoked off in an instant. And that's gonna block off anything that they can do. He does make his way towards the right side of the cubby towards the teleporter, but nothing's enough as the smoke blocks them off, and there comes the defuse. The Sage while also stopping anything coming out from them. Just a brilliant retake coming in from them. They have excelled at these retakes if you notice, because you know, starting from the pistol round, beautiful usage by Sam of his raise utility. You know, he's been getting kills round after round, satchels, raise bots, or pain shells. Really nice holds coming in from him this round.
Really well played. I have to question Team Villainous in their determination, I would say, to try to go for the A hard push again and again with the Sage wall. It's pretty obvious that TSF Gaming know exactly how to react to it. Sam constantly getting clutch nades followed by Friction's Molotovs, just denying that entire area that Team Villainous take on those pushes. Now you can see for the side of Team Villainous, they will not have entirely full buys with just 3 members holding the Phantoms. 1 Bulldog and 1 Spectre will make it a semi-buy of sorts. Once again though, they're going for the A push. Throw out the slow grenade, throw out the slow bomb and the grenade. Push slots down to 4 HP, but he has the hot hands to heal himself up as Friction gets a kill onto Bullseye. The Boombot here will not spot him out. Rex does get a kill back onto Slots, who went down really low. Showstopper coming out for Sam will find Rex. Now, the neural theft, I believe, did end up going through right there as Jaguar gets a kill onto Sam and then revives Rex right then and there, giving a man advantage to Team Villainous in this round that they desperately need to win. Going down 8-2 on your own map would not be looking good for them. 4 versus 4 right now as the revive comes in for TSF Gaming as well. But the instant switch came out from Team Villainous as they took the portal and made the switch towards B side. Now trying to hold down this B side 3 versus 4. Team TSF Gaming going for the retake. 3 members in the hall get caught out by Jaguar. Bianchi gets the return kill onto Jaguar though. 3 versus 2 in the favor of TSF Gaming. Can they pull off this retake on time to be able to get the defuse through? Sloss throws out the wall to be able to get 1 area guaranteed for him. The barrier comes out from Bianchi to deny that too, but as he breaks the barrier, Gaurang gives away his position, enabling Friction to get the kill on him, get the defuse, make it 8-2, potentially 9-2 going into the next round with the eco advantage that TSF Gaming have.
Good round coming for them. They did come close. 4 seconds were left on the clock. You know, but great utility usage coming in from them. Slots walls of 1 area, so that's 1 less area they have to, you know, take lesser care of, and the Sage wall came into that blocked off their entire region. Gorang is able to get Bianchi off the defuse by securing the kill onto him, but the Sun not gonna stop the defuse. We see a full buy coming in for Jaguar and the rest of his team. Jaguar leading the charge for his team is the Battle Sage. Sam's Boombot should spot multiple members over the Asia position, and the recon though does come in will reveal his position as well. We are again seeing this Hail Mary kind of A push. There comes the raise nade to deal damage to them. Does a lot of damage, and there comes the spam as well. Should be throwing in these satchels to deny the plant coming in, and that's exactly what's going to come in, but the plant still goes. We are in a 5v5 retake situation, but the HP disadvantage is definitely on Team Villainous' side. Look at the HP on Cruiser and Rex the Cypher as we speak. Definitely not helping them. They do have the narrow theft if they manage to get a kill. Bullseye popping his shows up, unable to tank anyone. But the Boombot though will get lots of on it back, if I'm not wrong. And there is the cleanup coming from them. Sam gets 1, Veerbhadra gets 1, Bianchi gets 1. That just leaves Cruiser. The Cyber Cage will go up, but there comes the Molotov. The timing. Cruiser, he is gonna get 1 as well. Friction though finally trades him out and should not allow them to get the defuse, because I think the clock's ticked a bit way too far. Nope, they just have enough time to get this defuse of 3 seconds as the defuse comes in. Another great retake coming in from them.
It looks so close for TSF Gaming. Team Villainous trying their hardest to pull that through, and they did much better that round than before. The Boombot especially buying time for Bullseye to get that kill onto Slots, but Veerbhadra just holding down the fort from heaven with his op, getting multiple kills. This Molotov towards the end almost got them the win, but not close enough. Cruiser God not able to turn fast enough to find Friction. Now, semi-buys for the side of TSF Gaming as they try to force something like towards the last round of this half. Just 1 ultimate for both the sides. Veerbhadra with his ultimate, though if he gets a single pick, that will reveal all of Team Villainous. Now Team Villainous is trying to make that hard push down B side. Veerbhadra is holding down right here. If they show up even for a second, he will spot them out, but instead the recon bolt will find them. The Hunter's Fury comes out, gets Veerabhadra as Gaurang finishes him up. 5 versus 4. Now, Bianchi on with the boost, does not get spotted, but cannot get a single kill right there. But Slots does get a kill for himself. 4 versus 4. Slots throws in the flashbang, gets a kill, gets another. Slots with 3. Triple, baby. And just like that, it's 3v2. TSF Gaming just looking amazing with these retakes. Like every single time they lose the site, they're able to coordinate brilliantly to get every single angle and go for the retake. Bianchi getting one back as Cruiser God just left alone by himself with minimal health. Now the spike is still not planted and Bianchi gets Cruiser God as he's looking towards the hall side. 10-2 for TSF Gaming. If TSF Gaming win the pistol round like they did in the first half, they almost basically have a really good chance towards winning the match.
Yeah, definitely. Like, given the fact that we're headed to a 10-2 score line, if Villainous are not able to pull back these the pistol round and the following anti-ecos, they will be fighting for overtime with the 12-2 scoreline, and that can be really detrimental since they have zero margin for error coming into this next map. The side swap has taken place. Jaguar 8 kills, and that's Rex not having the best game ever. Despite being a Cypher, 1 kill, still not the best. Slots though leading the charge, followed by Veerbhadra. We've seen great showings coming out from both of them. Veerbhadra especially with the operator. We are seeing this aggressive hookah 3-man push on the back of that recon. The recon will get broken before it gets spot anyone. There comes one kill. Gaurang gets the trade onto them. It's a 4v4 situation, excuse me. They will recover the spike and not fight anymore, and so do the defenders. They will go back towards the B side. They are not looking to aggress anything, but that's in the meanwhile we see a rotation coming out from them towards the A side. Rex in the meantime gets one kill on the back of his tripwire. Spike should be going down on the back of these smoke walls that have come through. Rex trying to spam frantically through the smoke. Will he be able to connect a kill? Yep, that is through the wall, right? The wall comes right through, but it's a 4v2 situation for TSF Gaming. The spike planted. There comes the climb onto the wall. Bianchi though, he's the lone man left. 1v3 situation. Does he connect one more? Yes, he does. 1v2 situation. This is all but done from Bianchi. Throws in the floor. 48 HP on him. Can he make this clutch? Both members are pushing from behind him. He's currently unaware of that. Doesn't look at the Ulam's position. Looking at exactly that right now. The camera though will reveal his position as he moves in this pocket. Gets one. Will he tap on the other one? And he connects it. Bianchi clutches it out from literally nothing.
That was fantabulous. I mean, that was brilliant by Bianchi right there. He bought so much time for his team. 1v4, gets that first kill onto Jaguar who got on Friction, gets another kill onto Gaurang coming in from the elbow. Waits, throws out the slow to delay the push coming in from Team Villainous, and then just sits in this corner waiting for both of the members of Team Villainous to show up. One thing perhaps Team Villainous could have done different right here is maybe not go in one by one, go in together to get that trade kill. But Bianchi, point blank, gets both the kills, clutches through that pistol round for TSF Gaming, making it 11-2. Now, going forward in this round, they have the eco advantage. They will be looking to get the match point for themselves. Post buy coming out for Team Villainous as Rex gets killed, but Friction ults back onto Gaurang. Very split up push coming through for TSF Gaming. Something that seems to be their identity so far. They like going for picks and then committing towards the mid to late part of the round to where they want to plant the spike. Now choosing to commit to A with just Jaguar holding it down with his Spectre. Can Jaguar pull out some sort of miracle? He is waiting around the corner. Goes for the peak, finds one. Will get traded out by Bianchi though. 3 versus 3. Team Villainous with the health disadvantage though. The recon bolt from the side of Team Villainous will reveal the spike planting by TSF Gaming. Now, can Team Villainous be as good as TSF Gaming was on the retakes? That is the real question, because if they are not, they will go down to match point for TSF Gaming. Rex going through will find Bianchi and Friction sitting right here because he does not know. The Boobot does find Bianchi though, but Friction gets 2 back, covering his teammate. 2 versus 1 for TSF Gaming as they push to try and take match point for themselves. Friction gets his 4th. Every single member of TSF Gaming absolutely popping off, showing that they deserve to be where they are and deserve to be at the scoreline they're at.
Boy, 12-2 as we head into map series. Point coming in for TSF Gaming. if Villainous are not able to pull off this comeback, if they lose, if they're not able to win this map, they will be eliminated from the tournament. Given the fact that TSF Gaming won the first round, Superb World coming in from them towards the UHOTS position. It was a bait and switch setup. So if they had spotted Friction first, which exactly what happened, right? Friction fell back, and they were waiting for Bianchi to pick up on the position because they probably wouldn't have expected two members there. This time around, we don't see the best of buys coming in from the team because from Team Villainous, because look at that. There's only judges and not proper, rifles that you would expect. They are keeping the spike towards the spawn position, not revealing it because they know that, they will be going in for this aggressive play. Korang, in the meantime, has pushed up towards this aggressive angle towards the Showers position. This time around, we see TSF Gaming going in towards the B side where they are stacking with 3 members. The boombot being used to clear out. Hookah will not spot anyone. That means that Hookah is free right now. That's exactly what's happening. The boombot though will in this the raise nade will break the tripwire and the camera has been taken out as well.
Satchel out.
And that's going to force the rest of Team Villainous to go in for this gamble stack as Gorang gives up his aggressive position inside of the Showers position. Just as this wall goes down, they've creeped up all right close to it, and just as the breaker, we will be seeing a Hail Mary rush coming in, which should go which should be coming in right now. Sam, in the meantime, still buying time towards this B side, making sure that no one is able to rotate out of here, cutting off these rotations. It's just something like a bait that's coming in that's not going to allow them to take any picks. But just as that Cruiser though going out for the pick does get spotted, will have a satchel thrown his way, and just as I say that the A side has been breached open. Slots gets the kill onto Jaguar. That's one man down for TSF Gaming, for Team Villainous, excuse me. The spike should be secured, but Gora though he's looking inside the smoke, he can make a huge run off if he gets the kill. That's exactly what happens. Bianchi goes on 4v4 retake situation inside the smoke. Gorang looking to hold this angle. Bullseye in the meantime is gonna get his first. Gorang gets one more with his Stinger, make that a 4v2 situation. Slots holding inside this, spots one member, and he gets the kill out of the raise nade though is gonna make it harder for him to hold this position. Uses the hot hands. There comes the satchel to burn more time. There comes another satchel. He lands the headshot in the meantime, but Gorang is there with his third. Make that a 1v2 for Veerbhadra. Make that a 1v1 for Veerbhadra. Veerbhadra spamming the smoke. TSF Gaming win this series. They eliminate Team Villainous. Superb gameplay coming out for them.
I couldn't put it better, Rex streams. Like, just absolutely brilliant. They keep going down in numbers, but one member from their team, every single time he clutches through, I just get shocked every single time the way they're able to pull it back. Veerbhadra right here, able to do just that as Slots gets hit by the grenade, has to use the hot hands, but hot hands doesn't actually land where he wants to. Gorang gets his third, but right here, Veerbhadra with 1, then 13 HP through the Cypher cage, expecting where the spike is getting planted, gets it for him. And this is what I mean. 4 members of TSF Gaming leading the scoreboard with Slots with that 331 combat score going to be the MVP. Every single member of TSF Gaming stepping up in map 2, which was their away map, to win it 13-2. Absolutely brilliant gameplay from this team.
Great series. I don't think anyone from us could have predicted like Bind to go, not only Bind to go TSF Gaming's way, but this much of a beating with a 13-2 score line. Like, this is just like, I think was just really good gameplay coming from TSF Gaming. Let's take a quick look at the AMD, relive the moments so that you don't miss any of the action if you're just tuning into the stream.
Yeah, I mean, it's as you said, right? Nobody could have expected the way TSF Gaming just dominated, and this TSF Friction just the creativity he shows in terms of predicting what his opponent's going to do is unprecedented for me. Bianchi is able to, like, the entire team sort of feeds off of each other. It feels like if any single member of TSF Gaming has a bad day, then the entire team will have a bad day. But it also goes the other way. If any member of TSF Gaming is going to have a good day, the entire team is having a good day. And today was certainly a good day for them.
Yeah, definitely everyone flying on all cylinders. Slots and Co like leading the charge for them. Slots playing beautifully. The radar gameplay coming in from him towards the earlier rounds of the half. One thing I really liked about them on of TSF Gaming on Bind is if you are a Sage player playing towards the B side, A side, excuse me, we do know that they like to use the Sage wall to block off that early round A push, so that you buy some more time for that. But you know what? Team Villainous were like, Team TSF Gaming were like, we're not gonna do that. Let them take the map control. They use the Sage walls towards the post plants. They use the Sage walls to make sure that if they knew where 1 or 2 members were, they could just wall it off and get the diffuse in, and because they would now be busy breaking the wall instead of getting the kills. So that was really, really interesting usage of the Sage wall. Not something we see really often. This is complete opposite of what we saw God Squad doing on Bind, because we noticed Rexy multiple times going in towards the B side on Hookah, where he would just use the Sage Walls like slow orbs as utility to just burn more time off the clock. But this time around, we see different type of Sage on Vyanki, if I'm not wrong, that he was running the Sage, and really nice play coming from, not a play style I've seen quite often, but genuinely impressive.
I mean, it is the question of getting that guaranteed value by blocking off a particular entry point, such as B hooker or the A short entry point, as compared to what TSF Gaming do, which is play reactively. In which case, if you do not manage to do it on point, like there is no room for error in the way TSF Gaming do it, then your value just completely goes down the drain. They're able to get value for it every single time, just proving their mettle and the skill level that they carry themselves at. Brilliant play by TSF Gaming. Now moving on to face God Particles, who earlier today pulled off the upset against RAD Syndicate in the in the lower bracket semi-final finals round one. But TSF Gaming, well done, well deserved. They're now among the top 4 teams in our tournament, so that's something they can definitely be proud of. This is Series 1, so they can come back and try to make a run once again to a similar position, maybe even go for the cup itself. Remember, if you do want to register for T Series 2 yourself, get your friends in on the action, or perhaps join a team yourself, Series 2 registration is now open down in the link below. The other thing is that today will be done. We will be having an off day tomorrow, but we'll be back with you with some amazing action. I know every single person in the chat is looking forward to Velocity Gaming versus God Squad. If you want constant updates for that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe below with the notification bell on, because that's the only way you'll be able to get constant, instant updates for yourself. While we are going to go off now, if you want to do some shopping for yourselves, upgrade the sound quality that you do carry into these games, JBL Quantum Gaming does have a 10% discount code just for you for JBL Quantum Gaming headsets. So make sure you're able to get that. GG, well played to TSF Gaming. Moving on to the lower bracket finals round one. We will see that on action on Friday. See you there.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Baby, while we're young, baby, while we're young, baby, while we're Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young, baby, while we're I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't wanna do. Baby, while we're young, baby, while we're I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.